So you guys on my YouTube channel, if you see this video, you're like, this is not normal. This is because I'm taking a sociology course, and so I'm doing my creative assignment. So, hi teacher. Okay, so I wanted to do a YouTube video rather than typing the 300 word, because I make YouTube videos in general, so all I do is talk. And it's cool, you can see the little camera thing. Okay, anyway. Chapter 3 was probably a lot better for me than chapter 4. It was the beginning of chapter 3 that I was like, I need to read this. It was talking about the social worker finding the little girl that was under like the in the cabinet or in the closet or hiding. Okay, that was really interesting to me and intrigued me, not in the bad way. And my mom is calling me now. I'm gonna have to edit this video. I'm not even gonna edit that out. Okay, so this was interesting to me with the whole isolation thing and how a child obviously learns the way that they're supposed to be around other people. I found it kind of interesting how people back then thought that people, like children, were born with the like a biological way to interact with other people, like that they would just have that, rather than realizing that a child learns by society. A child learns by their parents seeing what right and wrong is, deciphering what right and wrong is. So I relate that to me in the way that I was very isolated as a child. So going into society around high school, and I was so sheltered, and I didn't talk to anybody, and I didn't know how to talk to people. Um, I I know my parents knew that I would learn from them, but I really think that they should have pushed along that, like the role of nurture. Like, we're going to teach you how to talk to people, and this is going to be the way that things are going to be. I wish my parents would have did that. Um, and I think it's extremely sad that the little girl died. I'm like, oh, she passed away. Part of the book that I found interesting, the television and politics part, especially with the video game aspect. Video games and television, like children nowadays, they're watching Family Guy and Robot Chicken, like the stuff that I watch. But the difference is I'm 20, they're like 11. So they're seeing sexual things on TV. They're seeing it's okay to slap your mom and shoot her with a shotgun. It's okay. She'll be awake to make you cereal the next morning. Like, obviously that's not the way that things go. So over time, obviously children can get violent. Children can get their perception of right and wrong because they see it on TV. It's okay. And I think also that has a lot of things to do. Like, why aren't the parents like, hey, don't watch this, or put a lock on this? I think further now in society, parents are like, we obviously can't keep our children away from these video games, so we're just going to let it happen. I really don't like that, and I don't agree with that. And yeah. Television has become more of a, before it should have been like an outlet, like, hey, you did your homework, let's go watch on TV. Now it's more like, hey, let's watch TV and I'll do my homework later. And me, I'm not a child anymore. I'm an adult, and I still do that sometimes. Hey, let's go on Facebook and I can do my homework later. Or, hey, let's go on Tumblr, and now I got an essay due in 2 hours. Let's do more Tumblr. So that's pretty much how society works now, and it's worse. In the adolescent stage, there's a little picture on the page of the cast and crew from The Secret Life. I don't know if any of you guys have watched The Secret Life of American Teenager, but I really, that's what being a teenager is. It's all about sex and pregnancy, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to live on this earth anymore because it's so terrible. And that's our adolescence into adulthood. That's literally what it is. So I'm like, the old age part. Here's the thing I feel about aging. I think people in our society now are aging a lot better than how they were aging back then. Back then, I feel like people were aging like, I'm young and now I'm old. Now it's, I'm young and I'm still young. That's what I feel like. I feel like back then, the only thing with aging that I don't think is okay Financial aging is a little different, but, and if you hear noise, that's my best friend in the background. What are you laughing at? You can cough. I'm gonna edit the video. Not editing that out. Yes, I'm looking at my book because I don't have a very big attention span. I didn't really like chapter 4. Is that bad? I wasn't really interested with it. Oh, body language and deception. Fantastic story of my life right now. I like the emotions on the job thing. Although, to be honest, I think I'm pretty much the opposite. I like to express my emotions at my job more than I do at home. I don't know, because I feel like I am at home at my job because I'm there all the time. I work at my college, so I'm there all the time. Either I'm there working or I'm there being a student. So I seem to express myself more because I feel more comfortable. But if I was like in an office setting, like if I ever do become a social worker, I wouldn't express my emotions because I feel like there's a time and place for emotions. Oh, and then the humor part. And I responded to this. I don't know why, but when people, like, when I'm trying to talk to people and they're trying to be funny, like when we're not friends and we're just like interacting, I really think that's annoying and I wish they would shut up. I don't like that. I don't like when people are trying to be like, haha, I just met you, let me crack a joke to break the ice. No, I think you should just shut up and leave me alone. Like, it's okay to be humorous after I'm comfortable with you, but being humorous is not a way to make me be comfortable with you. Especially if you're not funny and you think you're funny and you're still trying to be funny. That whole dynamic of humor, like, I get that you're trying to be funny. You should get that you're not funny and leave me alone. That's I'm sorry. That's one I can't. Any other kind of humor, like the stand-up comedy humor and stuff like that, I'm okay with that because most of the time when I'm watching stand-up comedy, it's on Comedy Central late at night, and if you're not funny, I can turn you off. Can't do that in real life. Well, I mean, I could just walk away, but I have some, you know, people skills. I can kindly push you away. She's like, ha, goodbye. And then the one thing I don't like about humor, when people take subjects that aren't supposed to be funny and make them funny, is that supposed to make it okay? Because I view that wrong. That's really irritating. But yeah, I particularly like chapter 3 better than chapter 4. Yeah, and I've been ranting about this, and this is what the first video that I'm turning in, so this is fantastic because now I feel comfortable with saying how much I hate society and I hate people, which is pretty bad because if I want to be a social worker or a counselor or a therapist and I hate everybody, I don't think that's going to be very good for my job.